because you share a bus, you share a dressing room.
Yeah. And I know that they were being very accommodating at first, and like very worried about what they would, if they,
are you changing? Should we we should leave.
Oh, everyone out of the room. Nicole needs like that. I'm just like, no, I'll just go down to this bathroom over here. Like, everybody chill. Yeah. But yeah, just the whole like, like the Me Too movement is happening, and everybody's sensitive, and like, they're boys. They make like dirty jokes, and they like burp, and like, which I do those things.
I don't know if you've met Nicole.
So it's like, I know, like right off the bat, they were very cautious, and then like I kind of leaned in to all that like a little harder to be like, no, like I want the casual hang. I don't want
be
any
weird.
of that weird. Yeah, and I just really like think it's really amazing and brave that like he decided to do that, because it could have sucked. It could have sucked so bad, Yeah. And I'm not saying that women suck. It's just the dynamic between men and women is different.
Totally. Because it's also not, I mean, like, looking at, like, support musicians, like, that aside, it's, like, you and the band and Brendan, it's, like, you are the one female.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I don't think, I would love to go through, like, a typical day for you on tour and just, like, your thoughts on tour, which kind of like this sort of leads into, because it is like, if anyone hasn't been picturing this already, like you're literally on a bus with a bunch of other people, mostly men.
Yeah.
And like very close quarters. And then like, in the dressing room, like you're sharing it with guys.
Yeah.
Like sharing the bathroom in there with guys. And
yeah. Anytime you have to go to the bathroom in any kind of way, you gotta be there's no number twoing on the bus. Yeah, but it's not a private. Everything, your worst moments are all shared together. And that really brings you to like, we're all people.
Yeah.
We all do the same things. It's just sort of, I don't know, like
and everyone's out away from loved ones, on the road.
Yeah.
Like eating from catering and like crafty kind of, and like the table in the room that has some snacks, and I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to hear like from your perspective, like a day in the life on tour. So you wake up on a bus.
Yes. Okay.
So let's say we're on a bus.
Sometimes
to really
put myself there so I can like, because I don't want to leave anything funny out.
So like, let's say it's not a hotel day, because if there's an off day, there's a hotel.
Yeah.
But if you're going city to city, like show to show, you're sleeping on the bus. So you wake up on the bus. About what time?
It kind of depends on where we're at in tour, but I started to really like get cozy sleeping in, because usually you wake up in the bus underground.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no daylight outside. So you wake up after like a weird night of sleep, because you're on a moving bus, and like you've probably taken a ton of melatonin, and we were drinking and smoking the night before.
Yeah, and you've been up since 2, like winding down from the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really hard to do. So you wake up, you're a little drowsy, you go straight to the coffee maker if you're me. And
on the bus?
On the bus.
Okay.
Because once you step out, you enter a moving world.
Yes.
Like everything's busy out there.
Yes.
And
I feel it. I can feel it right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's usually freezing on the bus.
Oh yeah.
I'm always bundled up, and we make coffee, and I sit there, and this you have to learn to time this all right. I'm going to be very open about all this. I'm hungry, so catering probably has either already ended for breakfast, or it's really close to ending. So I make my coffee, I get kind of like conscious, and I either sip on it for a while. I'm also deciding, do I want to work out today? Do I want to eat first? Where am I going to go number 2? Because I'm drinking coffee.
And mind you, just to paint like a real specific picture, you're parked underground because you're probably parked in a venue.
Yes, you're parked
in like underground parking.
Yeah.
With just surrounded by like 11 other buses that are all running.
Yeah, you're basically like, if you can imagine like the stadiums or arenas or whatever, they're all like, the seats are slanted, like they go uphill. So there's all this like underground, like just, it's ground level, but it's under the whole structure. So you're just indoors. In a concrete circle.
Yeah.
And the bus is like parked in there in like a loading area. So
yes. And then
no sunlight.
And you wake up to drink your coffee. You're not probably, I'm assuming, drinking your coffee going back in your bunk because that's like a coffin-sized, curtained off little
I'm always
bed.
on the top, so I gotta climb my small ass up there.
Yeah. So you're in like the common space of the bus where anyone whom you might be sharing the bus with could be also there,
some people
walking
up there.
around.
Yeah, everybody's kind of to themselves in the morning. Mm-hmm. It's nice and peaceful.
Interesting.
And we'll just kind of make jokes and talk about, whatever. Mm-hmm. Me and Jesse will be like, I want to go work out. Where are you going to go? Like, Erm's already gone at the gym, he's been there for 2 hours. He's already an hour in, yeah. So, so that's that. And then you have to be really quiet when you walk back through where all the bunks are to get your stuff out of the back room of the bus. Because the bunks are in the middle of the living room and the back room.
And they're 3 tall?
There's, bus? 3.
Okay, yeah.
So you walk very quietly back there. You're tiptoeing because Brendan's probably asleep or somebody's, And then you get all your crap, usually change back there really fast because, you never think that door's actually locked.
Mm-hmm. And it's not.
It's never locked. And then you grab your stuff. You probably forget some things. You have to go back like once or twice, get something out of your bunk really quietly. And then you're finally in the front with all your stuff, like in bags, sitting on the front seat because you're like, what do I need in the venue today? You know, which ends up being basically everything I have on tour with me.
Yeah, just a suitcase.
Yeah, it's just like a fucking, I'm taking this huge duffel bag that has everything I have on the bus and then taking my suitcase out from under the bus.
You want like your gym
and
clothes,
my coffee
shoes, your makeup for the show later.
Yes.
Any thing that you might change into, a sweater, your coffee that you're trying to drink through all this. Yeah, just to,
And along with that, going, the first step, you open the door to get off the bus with all your stuff. You get down. People are immediately looking at you. Yeah. Not for any reason, just because you're exiting the bus and they're like, oh, who's up? Or and it's usually people you don't know. There's crew members from just
venue security.
The venue security. Yeah. And they're a little bit more curious, you know. And then there's your team too. All the people who are immediately going to be like, hey, good morning. How'd you sleep? See, it's you're going to have small talk. Yeah. Very quickly. And you kind of are foggy-eyed, desperately looking for the signage.
The arrows.
Where, this yellow arrows. Be like, where do I go? Where's food? Where's my room? Sometimes you get lost. Sometimes you don't make it. Sometimes you see somebody, like Tony is pointing you. You're going the wrong way. Turn around. It's this way.
So true.
And you're just lugging all this stuff. Sometimes I have my coffee cup in my mouth, in my teeth, because I'm just trying to make it there. And keeping my head down because I don't want to talk to anybody yet. Yeah. And then, let's imagine I'm going to the room to drop my stuff off, the green room. I finally find it.
Follow a lot of arrow signs, which thank God for
the
production team.
Yes. Through all these hallways. You find your room.
A true maze.
You go in there, you drop all your stuff off. Usually Dan's in there already doing something productive.
Of course. Yeah.
You're like, what's up, Dan?
Classic Dan.
And he's super sweet angel.
Love him.
Somebody might be already playing video games. Coming back from the gym. Anyways, I get in my gym clothes if I'm going somewhere. That's a whole nother thing.
Right. Sure.
Oh my gosh. So imagine I'll run to catering first. Try to find that. You see a million people. I don't know if I should say there's not. This might be something. Punishers. This is a term we use. Punishers are the people. Maybe they're on your team. Maybe they're just part of the local crew. But they want to talk. Yeah. And sometimes they say things that you're like, did you really just say that? That's so inappropriate.
It's not a passing, oh, hey, how's it going? What are you up to today? How'd you sleep? It's let's stand here and post up for 10 plus minutes and discuss things.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And it's just always something that's an awkward conversation. I've had people be like, oh, yeah, here, give me a piece of paper. I'm going to write my phone number down on here, and then you can send me a text. And I'm like, wait, what? What's your name again?
And you can send me a text right now. Give me your phone number.
I'm just trying to eat some breakfast. Yeah. God, they're clearing it off the thing. Let me just go eat. So we go. Usually there's Zach and Jake standing. They're always there somehow watching that happen to me. And I'm just being polite. And they're
last
laughing.
to bed and first up.
Yes. Always. Yeah. So then you eat. And it's, sometimes I'm vegan. So sometimes I'm vegan, sometimes I'm not. So, there's that.
Yeah.
Catering's always pretty dope though, and I always really nail it. So
I like some free food set out on tables.
oh god,
cool.
I love it. Just don't make me cook, just let me scoop it out. And you eat on those like funny like wooden tables with like the weird like tablecloth things that are plastic. Yeah. And have some confusing conversations.
Not
with
glamorous.
Some people.
I just want to point out, like,
it's like a doctor's office in there.
It's like fluorescent lighting, weird carpet, and literally like cafeteria style, just tables everywhere. And I gotta let you know, that's where everyone eats. Every single person that's part of that tour.
Yes.
Crew.
Or not even part of the tour,
band,
just working there. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, one time we were even sitting in catering and we heard there's like a line of like the VIP people coming in, like
the tour,
right on the other side of the hallway.
Yeah.
And they were singing Panic songs, and we were all just sitting there like laughing, like
if only you knew the whole band is
start singing?
Eating meatloaf on the other side of that partition
in our sweatpants.
Yeah. Don't look at us. We're not stage ready.
Oh my god,
it's so true though. Like,
it's so true. I look so different when I'm
there's a fine line between the day of tour and the show of
oh my god, it's such
tour,
a different,
you know,
the energy level, everything. Anyways, so done eating, get in my gym clothes. I have to go back to the room, get in my gym clothes, find a gym. Sometimes you have to pay to get in, sometimes they're just like super chill and like let you come in. And sometimes you have to Uber there, sometimes you can walk there, sometimes you go with all the horns because you know that's just what they do.
You get a runner to take you.
Yeah.
And by the way, somewhere in there you have found a bathroom. I just have to really talk about the number 2 situation.
This is my favorite thing.
Everyone needs to know.
This is what I love telling people about. So I skipped it. Actually, I made it to the room from the bus. I have drank my coffee by that point. And then I'm
really
like, things are happening.
Yep.
I have to go find this bathroom. On the way there, on the way to the room, the moment you step out of the bus, your eyes are looking for wherever these bathrooms are.
You're looking for single stalls if possible.
Yes. Or just the women's bathroom because lucky for me, there's no women back there.
It's so true.
I'm the only girl.
Yeah.
Like, you know, using that toilet. And otherwise it's like some other girl who's like, yeah, I feel you. Like, do your thing.
Yeah.
So, and if there's nothing down there, you get to the room, you drop your stuff off, and you know to go find the elevator, go up to where all the people who come to the concert come. Yep. And you find that public bathroom.
Like
and you
the concourse bathrooms of like 40 stalls.
So all you
pick
people,
one.
You never know. Maybe I just
hung
out in there for a little while. You know? I was in there probably. So yeah, like that's and that's a whole thing, and everybody does it every day.
Every single person that's on a bus for tour does this like scan for bathrooms first thing in the morning every day you get up, and I just need everyone to know about it because it's crazy.
Like your bathroom shame just goes away.
You can't go on the bus. It's just like an not even unwritten, it's very written, like everyone tells you about it rule, like you may not. And I've heard of stories in emergencies where people have either, because someone might ask like, well, what do you do if you have to go and you're like driving overnight? You ask the bus driver to stop at the nearest gas station, and the whole bus pulls over while you go into the gas station.
Everyone knows.
Yep, and everyone knows. Or I've heard stories of people like pooping in bags.
Yes, that like was what I was going to say. If it's like an emergency situation and it's coming out, like whatever end, you grab a trash can. Yep. You don't go in the toilet. Yep. Like and no toilet paper.
They're equipped with toilets, but you can only use them for number 1.
That's another thing actually for girls. No toilet paper in the toilet. Yeah. Also, throw it away. You know, whatever.
It's very Bali.
It's just like camping. You're just like whatever. Yes.
And yet so glamorized in our minds.
Yeah, right? The tour is so fancy.
It's like Keurig coffee frantically searching for a stall.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Or like the other really frustrating time is like pre-show, when the adrenaline starts to kick in, and then you have to go to the bathroom.
Might have had a couple beers.
You never know. And the upstairs is taken. And if it's one of those terrible venues where your only bathroom option is in your place with the band,
like in the dressing room, a door away from everyone. Jake, who's filming, Zach, who's waiting to walk
to get in there. Like you go in there, you go to the bathroom, you come out, people are like waiting to get in there to do whatever it is to their hair. It's like that happens sometimes.
I don't know if you do, but I know a few people on the tour like travel with poopery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm actually
come up
a
with a
fan of
ritual.
matches.
Oh, great.
Matches are nice.
Yep.
Yep.
We do both here at the house.
Yeah. It's very important.
a lot of options, or you can do a hybrid.
Yeah. Zach's always good to come in with those. He always provides those wet wipes.
Yeah.
It's like
He loves
Neosporin
those.
or something. Yeah.
It's a yellow package. No, they're Preparation H. Like witch hazel wipes.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember he gifted them all to us. And I was just like,
and you get the purple pack, right? Purple are the women's.
Oh, I don't know. I think mine were...
There's yellow pack that he uses, and then he gets purple ones.
Oh, okay. This was probably...
I don't know.
Whatever.
Also, sponsored Preparation H.
Yeah.
So far, it's Nike and Preparation H. This episode's brought to you by
Preparation H wipes.
We'll throw in Bro Crew. Why not? You're wearing the shirt. No one can see.
Oh my god, nobody can see. I'm wearing a tie-dyed shirt of Bro Crow. Bro
Crow. It's their summer limited run. And we got one.
Okay, I forgot where we were. Okay, so you've gone to the gym.
Yeah.
You've come back. Yeah, maybe you had to make that walk of like trying to get back onto the venue, and you maybe forgot your badge to
Sometimes
get
it's
in.
rough.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Like, yeah. Yes.
I'm in the
especially
band, I
for
swear.
me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're like, young girl.
Yep.
Fan.
Yep.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing? You're not supposed
Possibly
to be here.
wearing Panic merch because that's what
I have.
You have. It is provided. They're just like, security.
Security. Get this girl. Zach. Yeah. So just like you make it back on to the property somehow.
Into the maze.
Into the maze. You enter the maze.
Got a shower.
Then what happens? Yes, you have to go take a shower. So you go. Also, this whole thing, you have to time your meals because everything's like, lunch is only served between a certain couple hours. So you might have to rush.
There's like a window and then a break where they reset.
Yeah.
Window break, yeah.
Exactly. So maybe you like rushed back from the gym to go eat. So you're eating, you have this fantastic meal, you're very excited. You always overeat because there's just an infinite amount of delicious food there.
Yeah.
And then you go take a shower, which is usually just like a place where you feel like you should be wearing flip-flops because you might get athlete's foot.
Well, it's a lot of like actual locker rooms
Yeah.
of like athletic teams, right?
Yeah.
So like really high tech and like state of the art sometimes. Their
Yeah.
facilities and their gyms, if they're on site, some of the gyms have been like fucking phenomenal. But also they're like literally athletes' showers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of sweat.
Sometimes they're like huge.
Really
because-
tall
That's
nozzles.
my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Or they like feel like needles stabbing you in the back because that's like the weird shower head that they have. And sometimes you have to turn on every single, like it might be a huge room full of like 12 shower heads.
Like an open shower.
Yeah. And there was one even where we didn't have a cover on that door, and I had to just be like, we all had to be like, okay, I'm taking a shower. Everybody go over there.
Yeah.
And don't come over here.
Wow.
Yeah. And then sometimes you have to turn on like every single shower head to get like the ice cold water to warm up, which for some reason takes forever.
Interesting.
And then you take your bathroom bag out of your huge suitcase, which is my least favorite thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go in there, you find everything you need. It's all like in baggies because I don't pack well. Like I just throw crap in
a lot
there.
of Ziplocs.
Yeah. Tons of like vitamin bags.
Yes.
Like weird
Yeah.
shit. And then like I use bar soap. Like I love bar soap. I won't use the liquid stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I have a loofah on tour, which just doesn't make sense.
No.
So I get in there with like my wet loofah from yesterday
Right.
and my like sticky.
It's like, how does it dry?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
And then you get in there, you're showering, you're like nervous because it's like, you know, it's like a weird shower. It's like a foreign place. And you don't know if you hear people talking like outside, you know. I'm always loud, so people know that I'm in there.
Yeah.
Usually wearing my flip-flops, I'm like sliding around on the ground, the tile.
Well, all like anywhere that you are in a venue, like you lock the door, but you never know. Like I've walked in on like groups of men, like not band, but like crew guys, just like completely nude showering because they thought the door was shut and it wasn't, and I was looking for a bathroom like after the show.
Just a free show.
Yeah.
Oh
and they just turn around like, oh, sorry, occupied.
They don't care.
Fully like just
Hanging out.
And I'm just like, sorry. But it's so normal.
Yeah.
Like no one thinks anything of it, but it's always a gamble. Like, is the door locked?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say, also, you're in there with, like, maybe if you get lucky, which we're not supposed to do this, but we take 2 towels.
Ooh.
Yeah. One for, like, yeah. So you can, like, take one to dry yourself off with after, And when you take your clothes off, somebody has already showered in there every time before you get in there. So the floor's sopping wet. And maybe there's like a wet towel that's there for your feet to like, you know, just out of courtesy.
A lot of other feet have dried on it.
Yes.
Earlier today.
Or it's somebody's old towel that they just laid out. And you're standing on it. You're taking off. For me, I'm a girl. I wear like spandex pants and like tight denim jeans. So I'm taking those off and trying not to get it all in the sopping water that's full of soap and dirt, like all over the ground. You're taking your clothes off. You have to like kind of chuck them into a pile away from the water.
You're painting the best picture.
Yeah, like you're naked, first of all, and it's
just
cold.
throwing things.
you're just chucking balls of dirty,
hopefully alone,
like dirty underwear, and like like into an area where you're like you don't want them to see you, but you don't want your clothes to get wet. And then you have your towel that's like somewhere hopefully reachable, but it can't be in the shower room because it's gonna get wet. It's gonna fall down. It's gonna get wet.
Yep.
So you take your shower. It's great. Whatever. I never shave because it takes too long and there's boys trying to get in there. So hairy legs, whatever. Nobody's going to see that because you're wearing tights and knee-high socks.
What a dream.
It's great.
Keeps you warm in the cold bus.
It really does. You get out. You put your lotion on. Your feet are getting more wet because it's, you know, whatever. You're spilling stuff everywhere. You have to chase down your bar of soap that's now at the other end of the place. You get that all, wipe everything dry, put it back in the bag. You're finally dressed. Things are good. And then what? Let me think. What am I doing then? I'm always like repacking my suitcase because it's always messy. And then the guys are playing video games. I snack a ton.
Yep. What are your snacks? Like your tour snacks?
I have a lot of guilty. Like there's always Sour Patch Kids in there, which we know.
Sour Patch Kids and Skittles. You guys always have Skittles.
I don't like Skittles just from a bad childhood experience of being sick on Skittles.
Okay.
What am I eating? I make a lot of avocado snacks, like sliced avocado with lemon and salt and pepper. The Ritz crackers that Mike has now infected us with is a problem.
Classic.
Huge problem.
Yeah. Luckily, they come in the little half sleeves.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't stop you.
It doesn't stop me. Like I have no self-control.
You're like, I've opened 3 of them.
Yeah, and they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone before showtime.
Great.
The kombucha is great. Sparkly waters. The guys love that shit. Yeah, that's kind of it.
I've seen you like play music. Like there's like a music room set up.
My move. The guys always do fun. Like, you know, they like hang and have fun, and I always like to seclude myself for maybe like 2 hours and practice and just play. You know, play other, like, anything. Just, like, learn tunes that I like or, like, work on, you know, some theory stuff or work on
there'll
reading.
Be, what's in there? Like, I've seen, like, there's a keyboard. There'll be, like, a drum kit set up.
Oh, yeah. I tried to learn how to play the drums, too. That was very special. Dan gave me some lessons. There's a whole jam room. It's bass amp.
And you just have
guitar.
time.
Yeah.
Like you so much time,
hours,
you know. Like, you've just described, like, what could be someone's, like, whole day, morning, whatever, and you're like kind of at like the middle of the day, I feel like, in your
plus because your day starts, your work day, whatever
right
day, that's not even what it is, but starts late,
right?
So, you know, you knock all that stuff out. You try to get it done as quickly as possible because I don't know what that is. There's like some weird sensation of like you need to knock all that out quickly and get back, you know, just to like be ready and like be available because there's stuff that happens throughout the day. Like you just
want to be on site.
Yeah, you need to be available.
You have sound check.
I almost forgot about sound check.
Sometimes.
Which has happened before. We have to be at sound check, which we get on stage and it's freezing. It's freezing. And there's lights flashing and testing in your eyeballs and you're up there and you put your in-ears in and, you know,
it's
whatever.
like the show, but in pajamas.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And we run through like, you know, some of the loudest points and different instruments, like, you know, 5 different basses. We'll run each one, like a song with different ones or stuff with the horns and the strings, stuff without, stuff with the drum solo, stuff with the piano. That's all super fun. You know, sometimes it's just like line check, like very basic, you know. Yeah. Sometimes we have to make changes to the way it sounds in our ears based off the room itself. So like if we get in there and we're like, oh, the subs are in a different place, or like this room is really bassy or really echoey. You know, we have to change a lot of stuff, which, you know, even when you get on stage, because when people come in and fill the place up, it changes the sound so dramatically. Yeah. You're kind of just like, You're
hoping
doing your
for
best.
the best. Yeah. Well, like a 200 cap room has to feel so different from like an arena.
Yes.
For like you, but also for everyone behind the scenes who is supporting each of you in terms of like tech.
Yeah.
Like all of the sound adjustments that happen in front of house. And then, yeah, like kind of on the fly, then everyone's just like making adjustments like during the show.
Yeah.
Like make sure it all still sounds good.
Exactly. Or like running over to that side mic on the side of the stage and being like, oh my God, Spud, like help me, you know, like this sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like what's going on? Or like this dropped out, or this is, you know, something's up with my bass, or, you know, whatever.
Help.
Yeah.
And
help.
I'm in front of all these people.
Yeah. Trying to pretend like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
And then also just, well, we'll get to the show part in a second, but yeah. So sound check. That happens. It's usually pretty fast.
Yeah.
And then we get off the stage and we continue our lives underground.
Based on meal cycles. Deficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
waiting for dinner.
A lot of just sitting, like, that's where the hang comes in.
Yeah.
Is like that time. We're all just together doing random crap. I'm like on my computer planning my next whatever vacation, or like Dan is, you know, working on his original project. You know, just like we're all just trying to pass the time and have fun. Yeah. Watch a lot of Netflix together, cooking shows, you know, just just waiting for showtime
and
excited. Yeah, like it's
because you can't get ready too soon. Just sit around with your hair and makeup
that's
done.
So frustrating. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but then when that time kicks in, the excitement, like really, like I really love when I'm like, it's time. Yeah. You know, like that moment of like,
it's time to break out the curling iron.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Let's burn my hair. So, yeah, and then you have to sit down. I always have to start earlier because I have a couple more steps.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, just like start doing hair and makeup. Yeah, Zach is always like, I don't want people to like forget the fact that Zach is like always right there. Yeah. And he's like so fun and so exciting, and he like makes a lot of the tour like really what it is. Like anytime you need anything, he's like somehow has it in his back pocket. Or like, you know, he just like so, like Brendan, Zach, Jake, and the band, like it's just so such an exciting group of people back there. It's just shit talk, jokes, horrible hilarious videos that we're watching, you know what I mean? It's just like so you're in there, like I'm doing my hair and makeup, and they're all just back there just partying, not drinking, just like raging, like having a great time. And then everybody, when the boys start putting their suits on and, you know, getting their hair done, it's very cute.
Nice combing.
Yes. It's always like watching the guys do their hair makes me giggle, because they're like, you know, they'll be like trying to get their hair to do something where I'm watching and I'm like, it looks the same.
Wasn't Mike having issues with his hair in Australia?
Okay, so wait, what?
I don't remember what it was, but he would like do his hair and it would look so good, and then he'd get on stage and start like sweating and flipping around.
I mean, naturally, yeah. Like he like wanted it to stay in position, and then he'd be frustrated with it flying around. Whereas like if you've like, we're all, you know, we all have that happening to us. Yeah. I get my weird like wing like horn things that stick out the side of my head when I sweat. It's like what, like,
and Brendan's hair at the end of a show just sweaty.
Oh yeah, it's just flopping around. Like we're all like that. Yeah, but that's
rock
a good
stars
sign. Like right? So yeah, like
you're not standing still.
Mike is, we have this joke with Mike about the hair dryer, and I really hope he listens to this. So like he's like, you know, very like, I don't know what happened, like why this happens, but he loves to use the hairdryer to like blow dry his hair after he showers.
Jack does that too.
He leaves it in like weird places. He never puts it away. And there was a couple times where we'd be like packing up, and it would be the last thing, like all the cases, the road cases, like that have all of our wardrobe and everything that we carry with us everywhere. Yeah. Those would all already be put onto trucks, and the hairdryer would just be sitting like under like some, you know, like table or something somewhere you couldn't see it, and and we'd all be like, what the hell, Mike? Because like the next day it would be gone, nobody would know where it was. Anyways,
Zach pulls a new one out of his back pocket.
Exactly. So then we started just like making jokes. Like one time Dan put like, it was sitting on the floor and Mike forgot to put it away again, so Dan brought a roll of tape into the room and put like a square around the hairdryer and then put another piece of tape that said hairdryer like next to it, like it was the hairdryer spot.
This is its spot. This is the stuff that they do.
Yeah, exactly, because we're bored. Or we would like hide it from him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, put it like in his suitcase when he forgot. Yeah.
No, man. What? I haven't seen it.
Oh my god. So yeah, there's that. And then he also like, he loved using my hairspray, but he never would remember to get anything for himself. So like I started going through a lot of bottles of hairspray, and then Zach realized what was happening, and he pulled out like 6 bottles out of his back pocket. Yep. And so that's another thing. We now have like 12 mini bottles of hairspray in the wardrobe case currently. Yep. So nice that's happening. Yeah. I don't know if Mike still has learned. I'm talking a lot of shit on Mike, but that's because I love him.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like
love
my
Mike.
brother. Yeah. So yeah, he like forgets regularly how to tie his tie. Like he'll do it and then he'll forget. It's really like he entertains me so much.
Isn't there a picture of someone tying his tie for him?
Probably
like reaching around.
Brendan or Zach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Adorable.
Dan, God, like I mean, Dan's like been through the motions a lot, so he's got his shit down. Like he knows exactly when to get changed and when to do his hair and like what he needs, you know, so he gets up, he does it, he's done.
Dan is very organized. I think of him as so organized and on it.
He even has like all of his cables for like anything he needs ever in life, like in like a organized case.
That makes sense to me. He's like prepared and he's so productive.
Yes.
He's working on like 17 projects at a time while he's backstage waiting to go on for his Panic show. He's helped me like with some sound issues at the beginning of this and like listened to some podcasts and like sent me tips and been on the like he's just,
and he's happy to help. He's never distracted either. Like he can be doing a million things, but it's never like too much for him.
Very like even keeled.
Yeah. It always blows my mind.
Yeah. So it makes sense that he's just got his show readying down to a science.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. His whole life story is insane too. So we're ready. I'm usually still having hair problems. You know, the top bun just never works.
If Sarah's around visiting on tour,
then she comes in. Yes.
And yes. Yeah. Serves as some hair and makeup assistance.
Brendan's doing his vocal warm-ups in the next room, and I can hear it.
Which
and
sound
I'm
kind of like...
Oh, don't make me do it. I don't know. In fact, I'm just gonna lie and say no. I don't know what they sound like, but they are very powerful. And he even taught us some where we like hold our tongue.
Oh yeah,
with like a paper towel and like do some crazy. It like hurts me. I can't do it.
It works though. Like
it does work. Man. It really does.
Yeah.
So
it sounds crazy, but then like obviously it equals what comes out on stage, and it's like okay, yep.
Yeah. Yes.
That's it. That's your method, and it works. Yeah.
Such a powerful
He's got
voice.
some good tricks.
It's crazy.
Some good vocal warm-up. Oh, yeah. So you're all ready.
Yeah, I'm ready in my freaking crazy outfit. I have holes in my shirt, by the way, just so you know. Because the zipper of the back of my skirt has destroyed all of my shirts. Yeah.
Yeah.
In-ears are on. So that's a whole maneuver. You have to, like, put them over your ears and then put the long cord back through your spandex shirt. And then like all the slack has to go into your shorts that are under your skirt. This is just me. I'm sure the whole process is different for the guys. And then lock it into the box, which clips onto your waist belt thing.
Yep.
So that's on. And then the most exciting pre-show part, the shot.
That's
my favorite. The tequila shot.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have our somebody, I think it was a fan
How
actually
did it
made
start?
those. I don't know. I mean, when I joined, it was just actually on the underplay tour, the first tour I did with Panic, I don't think the shot was it. I don't think it was a thing. Because I don't
remember it at the small.
We just kind of did it at the first show,
like the secret shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it being there.
I remember like the very first show we did, maybe because it was new for me and they didn't want to like get me all drunky. Maybe they just didn't know what I was into.
Yeah.
But it just sort of happened at the first show, and then. Yeah.
It also totally could have been happening all these years. I don't pretend to know everything about every tour, but...
Yeah, I mean, Zach would know. We can ask him later, but...
Zach! Yeah. He's outside.
So, the shot we do in these, like, little steel, I guess, shot glasses that I think a fan had made.
They're like tiny, like red cups, right?
No, they're steel. They're like cold, like steel. We did the tiny solo cups for a while.
Yeah.
But
okay, that's what I'm picturing.
then somebody sent in these like really nice steel ones that said our names on them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So we all have ours. Mine always, no, but we never washed them. So mine is always covered in lipstick. Mm-hmm. We do the shot, chase it with a Sour Patch Kid, and then we just start like dancing in the room and to like pre-show music, just to like, because we're excited and we need to get this energy out.
Yeah.
And just making jokes, whatever. And then Zach, you know, he's waiting. He's like getting on his walkie, and then somebody says it's time to get out there. Yeah. So we do our walk, and that's exciting.
I love the walk. I love being at the back of the walk and watching you guys like go through the maze, like you're following Zach, Jake's videoing or photographing you guys, and it's just like you're like walking to your stage.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's very exciting.
It's good energy.
And then you get like, we get up there. We're not allowed to get up just yet, but especially for like, you know, the tour that had like all the like bells and whistles, we would get, you know, everybody gets their like Mike and I get our instruments. Dan gets his sticks, you know, he's never warming up with the sticks, and Brendan gets the microphone, and we're all standing back there, and then they give us a cue because there was a countdown for that part of the tour, and at that point we're getting our in-ears are in. We hear everything as it would sound on stage.
They're playing Africa, covered
yeah, they're
by
playing
Weezer.
Africa. So we hear that every single night, and we're all singing it like we've never heard it.
Yes.
Like we haven't heard it in forever.
It.
We're all just belting it.
Yes.
And we always do like the same dance moves, like whatever. And so they say, okay, time, get in your places. We all rush individually to separate places on like
kind of
platforms
like
under the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these platforms, once the countdown ends, it's like me and all the horns on one, Mike and the strings on the other, Dan on his, and then Brendan is on that crazy toaster one. Yeah. Yeah. So the countdown happens. We all come up together except Brendan. And that's like, that moment is like so exhilarating. I kind of wish I was like wearing a GoPro at that point, because it's like the countdown is gone. Everyone's screaming. You're coming up slowly.
And it's dark.
And people are just like, oh, fuck. Like, you know what's happening. And then the click. That, yeah, it like, you know, kicks in or whatever, and the strings start. And that's just like, like big deep breath, and you get off your riser. And Mike and I walk up to the microphones, and we're just waiting, kind of like, you know, people are looking at you, so you're like trying to like, what do I do with my body? You know,
what do I do with my hands? Thank God you're both holding an instrument, so you
exactly,
can kind of...
so I'm not like just shaking. And then the song starts, and Brendan shoots out, and then everything just like, everything you're thinking and feeling before that moment is gone. You're just like in it, and like you're dancing, and you're having fun, and you're singing, and you're like, you know, looking at these people who are having the best time of their lives, and like, you know, it's just like, it's such a crazy sensation. Yeah.
That like very few people in the grand scheme of everybody on the planet have experienced.
Yeah. And yeah, there's just so many things like that happen up there that are like hard to explain. Like the way you hear the music is not the same as what we hear in our heads, and everything is like timed, you know, perfectly. All our breaks are timed perfectly. Like we have to get to certain things, like, you know, make sure we're singing on our mics and running up to the front of the stage, and like, because we want to have fun, but we also want to like do our parts, and then getting back to the riser at your right time to go down, otherwise you're gonna fall into a hole. You know. And then halfway through the set, when Brendan does his piano piece, we are backstage doing another shot, just the band, which is also very magical. You're running to pee in a very short amount of time, and then taking your shot, and then you got to get back up and do it again, and a new shot has kicked in, and you're just like, you know, and yeah, it's just, I mean, God, I feel like I'm leaving out so much because that's such a critical part of the whole day, but it's just so much fun. And then afterwards, you're done. You rush off stage. Everybody's excited. We had so much fun. We're a little buzzed still. Yeah. We get back to the room, and it's like you're on such an adrenaline kick that you're like, you want to celebrate every time.
Yeah. Like literally like went from like a full room of screaming people. Everyone's so excited at the top of their lungs, singing every word, lights, confetti, fire, explosions. Yes. Making music, singing.
Yes. And staring into strobe lights.
And then you like come off stage to like the same quiet green room.
Underground.
Yeah,
and like fluorescent lights and like, well, actually Zach sets up our green room to make it very vibey, but
he does.
So, and then when we get in there right away, like somebody turns on music because it's like, we have to move.
You can't go from one to the other.
Yeah, it's like too intense. But we do have to, this is a strange sensation. You get in there, you immediately, because they start packing up everything you see in there.
Immediately.
Is torn down so fast. Yeah. And I'm talking like the whole place. Yeah. So we have to change as quickly as we can. And you're sweaty, so you want to shower. But you just have to change first to get your clothes into the wardrobe case so that they can roll it out and take it. So everybody's waiting for you.
Pack it back on a different bus, truck, whatever. It's already on its way to the next venue, probably before our buses even pull out.
Exactly. So you've changed, you're sweaty, you're in your PJs, but you're still sweaty, which sucks. And there's music playing, people are drinking beers. Like, the band, we're back there, like, drinking beers, trying to chill. And get your sweaty clothes into, like, hang them up, put them back sweaty, and maybe white with, like, salt, in there. And then make sure everything